Roman B writes, "Hi gang, my question is about misleading trailers. Literally brought into my head by Amy Rose just saying how the Need for Speed trailer could be misleading. It reminded me of Pathfinder. I was super hyped for that movie after seeing the trailer. And boy, oh boy, did my worst movies list ever welcome another edition after seeing that film. Do you guys and gals have a similar experience? What trailers pumped you up, with the movie leaving a bitter taste in your mouth? Keep on doing what you love doing. We all appreciate it."
Well, there's a bit of a difference. First of all, thanks a lot for the question, Roman. There's a difference between misleading trailers and, you know, I wouldn't call great-looking trailers to bad movies misleading. I mean, all trailers are designed to look great regardless of anything else. That's one category, and then the other category is actually misleading. To make a movie that made you think you were getting one thing and then you completely got something different. On the disappointing thing, to me, the poster child for this issue of a great trailer to a movie that really disappointed you has to be, I still think the best trailer ever made was the trailer to The Phantom Menace. I remember the first trailer to The Phantom Menace came out. All of us were so ludicrously out of our minds excited for it. And it came out, and we saw the lightsaber fights and the battles going on and that music playing, and it's like, it was euphoric. Like, seriously euphoric. It's like somebody slipped 25 Viagra into my cup and I drank it down. It was like, boom! Like, nerd boner. Seriously, that's where I was. I don't know if I can say that on the show, but I just did. Anyway, so for me, easily, that's it right there. But on the actual deceiving side and misleading, two trailers really come to mind. One is the Mission Impossible 2 trailer. Because in that trailer, aside from Tom Cruise, who has more screen time in the trailer than anybody else, the next person who had the absolute most screen time, is in like half of the trailer, was Anthony Hopkins. And that trailer made you think, oh my gosh, Mission Impossible 2 with Tom Cruise and Anthony Hopkins. Because he's in the whole trailer. He's in like 3 minutes of the movie, like 2 scenes. Wow. Like, so that to me, completely misleading. But the worst one I've ever seen for something like this is actually from a studio that I like very, very much. It was a Disney film called The Bridge to Terabithia, which came out 5 years ago, 6 years ago, something like that. It's a wonderful movie. But the trailers make you think it's like another Lord of the Rings or Alice in Wonderland. It's about these two kids. The trailers really sell you that the movie is about these two kids who find this magical kingdom in the woods and their adventures in this kingdom, blah, blah, blah. That's what it sells you on. The movie is completely different. There's maybe 5 or 10 minutes that actually happen in Terabithia, which is just an imaginary thing. It's not real. The movie is really about these two little kids, and one of them dies horribly in a tragic accident, and then this little boy trying to deal with the death of his friend. That's what the movie's about, and it's wonderful. It's a great film, but a completely different film from what it sold. So I remember a lot of people were very, very upset because they took their kids to this movie, think they were about to see this fantasy adventure movie, and it ended up being this really, here's what happens when your little friend dies, like kind of a movie. It was so tragically misleading. I was really upset about it.
I remember seeing that trailer. I didn't see the movie, but I've read the book. I really liked it when I was growing up. So when I saw the trailer, I was like, this is not what the movie's going to be, because I know what the movie's about, and that's not it. They try to sell it as a Chronicles of Narnia.
Yes, that's the best example, yes.
And I was like, no, unless they change the entire story, this is like a very small part of the story. So, yeah. And for me, I think the trailer that made me most excited was Terminator Salvation. I just thought, I was like, with that 9 Inch Nails song, I was watching Terminator Chronicles at that time, which was fantastic. Christian Bale, one of my favorite actors in there. McGee, he's a hit and miss for me. He does I really like Charlie's Angels, and then I didn't like Charlie's Angels 2. And but I actually saw him in a Q&A, and I thought, oh, this guy has some interesting things to say. Maybe he's really taking this seriously. And then when I saw it, I was like, why? And I was like, why did you do this? But and Terminator's a great franchise too.
Yeah. Schnepp? Well, Terminator 5, that's what we got going. So for me, I'll just pick 2 recent ones. Something where it's not misleading, but they just make the trailer look so great, was The Counselor. Like when I saw the trailer for The Counselor, I got so jacked up. I never heard it. I didn't know it wasn't on my list. I hadn't even heard of it yet. I was like, wow, when did they squeeze this one out? this looks great. It's all-star cast.
It turns out they did squeeze it
Yeah,
out.
they squeezed it out in the bathroom. Yeah. Whew. And then I saw the movie. Let's just leave it at that. For me, my biggest peeve is, and it happens all the time, but I'll still say, like, these action movies that show clips of things that aren't in the final movie.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
use Wolverine as the biggest example of that, where I saw multiple trailers that were released over the course of 5 or 6 months of each other, and they all had these ninja battles with Wolverine with the stogie hanging out, and you see all these ninjas in the snow. Then he's like, shink, like explosion. That's not in the movie. There's not a battle in the movie. It's him running, and then all these dudes like shooting off arrows and him getting poisoned and falling on the ground. There's no battle. There's nothing. The shot of him jacking a ninja with a motorcycle, not in the movie. I'm talking about there's multiple setup shots from a ninja battle that disappeared. And I was like, man, at least I can't wait to see that ninja. I remember in my mind, you know, hearing some advanced word about Wolverine. I was like, well, whatever. I can't wait to see that ninja battle. That was in my mind. And then when it didn't happen, I remember being angry. So, unfortunately, that happens in so many movies. There's little clips of like, and you know, look, I'm cool with like, instead of using the wide shot, we decided to go with the side shot.
For the trailer,
Yeah, so we rocked it different ways for the trailer, or we had this opening shot of, Captain America jumping off of, something, or like Iron Man, and what's the girl's name?
Black Widow?
No, the Pepper Potts.
Oh, okay.
They're together and they jump off, and then in the movie he's by himself and he jumps off. So, they change a few things up because, the edit didn't work this way. We wanted to, she's back on the ground, whatever, it didn't make sense. I'm cool with that. Just don't show entire scenes that you're going to eventually cut out and put in the DVD. But I'm happy that it's in the DVD, so I'll get to eventually see this ninja battle. But that one is the most like pressing one that just, when I was thinking about stuff, like misselling or misrepresenting a movie. It's like, I don't think they didn't do it on purpose. Chuck that ninja stuff in, we're definitely cutting it. It's just one of those things that like they decided to cut out. But, that's to me the biggest, trailer faux pas. So.
If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to AMC Movie News on YouTube. It's free and a great way to stay updated with all the latest movie news and check out our daily show, AMC Movie Talk. Also, don't forget to check us out on Facebook and Twitter to stay in the loop for our special prizes, giveaways, and contests.